Shall I start now?
इसलिए मैम लॉगिन नहीं कर पाई होंगी तो
So good morning to all dignitaries and teachers. So let's proceed further. So our topic, today's topic is recent changes in question paper pattern and how to attempt mathematics paper in the given time. So we are having a lot of changes in the present time. So we should discuss these things for the senior secondary classes. In the next month, we are having our final term 1 exams. So what are the marks distribution for the term 1 exam? So term 1 exams, we are having relations and functions. We are having 8 questions. Algebra means matrices and determinants. We are having 10 questions or 10 marks because we know one question is having 1 mark. So 10 questions, 10 marks. Calculus means differentiation and application of derivative is 17 marks. Linear programming LPP. So we are having 5 marks or 5 questions. Total question we have to attempt 40 questions. We will be having 50 questions in our question paper, but we have to attempt 40 questions according to the instructions given by the examiner or given by the CBSE. 10 marks would be internal assessment. In further 10 marks, we will bifurcate 5 to 5. 5 will be based on the assessment. We have taken the tests of the students, and 5 for the activities or activity file or viva was for the 5 marks. So 5 for internal marks and 5 for activity based or record file the students have maintained. So total we are having term 1 in exam, we are having 50 marks. So what would be the pattern of the question paper? What type of questions we will be having in our question paper? So some will be stand-alone questions. That is, stand-alone means we will be having direct questions. You can say on the direct concept, or you can say the direct formula will be used in the question. And other questions will be diagram-based questions. Some question you have found out in the CBSE paper. LPP questions are having diagram-based questions. So some question will be diagram based. Another is competency based question, or you can say case based, because a case based CBSE is emphasizing on the competency based questions. So one case based paragraph we will be having in our question paper. Other assertion and reasoning questions may be having, but in the given CBSE sample papers, we are not having assertion and reasoning questions. So we can skip, or we can discuss at other time, because I have asked to the Nijavan sir, the CBSE expert in Delhi, because I took guidance under him at the time of Delhi workshop. So he said no for the first term. फर्स्ट टर्म में assertion reasoning possible नहीं है, so we can skip for the first term assertion and reasoning questions. How to manage our question paper according to time? Time कैसे manage करना है at the time of question exam? So in section A we will be having 20 questions. Section B we are also having 20 questions. Section C we are also having 10 questions. In section A, out of 20, we have to attempt 16 questions. But we have to remember in section A, we will be having some stand-alone questions. Stand-alone means we will be having direct formula-based questions, or you can say direct concept-based questions. So they are something easy questions. So we can reduce, we are giving 30 minutes for the section A. We can also reduce to 25 minutes, because this section is mostly having easy question or stand-alone questions. So the section B will be having 20 questions. Another we have to attempt 16 questions. So we are giving 30 minutes for the section B because in this section we will be having some calculation based questions, or you can say some broad statement questions. So we will be having time for that section B. So 30 minutes enough for the section B, and section C will be having case based question. Totally in section C, we are having 10 questions, but we have to attempt 8 questions. But in this section, we have to remember that one part would be case based. So we will be taking time to read the paragraph, and we have to answer the other questions also. And five questions will be other topics. So it will be taking time. So we are giving 20 minutes for section C to attempt 8 questions. If we are taking counting these time, 30 minutes, and 20 minutes, we are getting 80 minutes. So we are having total time to attempt the whole question paper 90 minutes. But we are attempting 80 minutes. So we are having 10 minutes to revise the question paper, to check the answers that we have attempted rightly, or that we do not have any blank in our answer sheet. So we can manage 10 minutes according to our needs. So let's proceed for the next. What instructions to follow during exam? Not to adhere to follow a sequence. At the time of subjective question paper, we will be following sequence. In section A, we have to attempt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and section B, another sequence we have to follow. But in this objective question paper, we should not follow the sequence, because we will be having answer sheet according to the question paper. Every question is having their respective sequence. So if we are getting some easy questions, so we should try to attempt these questions first. We should not follow that we have to attempt first question and second question. We should follow the easy one questions first and then further forward. So next, to try to solve using options. Whenever we will start our exam, we should try to solve using options, because in objective questions, many of the questions will be solved by the options. The examiner will check your reasoning ability and aptitude, how you analyze the problem and how you answer the question. So we should use options to answer the question. Next, remind chapter related to the given question. If we stick to the sum of the questions, we are having problem in some question. So we should remind the chapter, in which chapter we are having this question. And after getting the chapter, we should remind the concepts and formulas of that chapter, so that we can relate to the question. After relating to the question, we will get something. So we can conclude the answer also. Next is not to stick to one question. In mathematics, many of the students that are brilliant in the mathematics, they stick to one question. Sometimes what happens, earlier 2-3 days before the exam, they do the same question, and in exam we are getting the same question, but we are unable to solve that question in our exam term 1. So we stick to that question. Why we are not able to solve this question? मेरे से क्यों नहीं हो रहा? मैं करूँगा, मैंने भी किया. Many concepts, many conclusions, many confusions in our mind कि क्यों नहीं हो रहा. कोशिश करते हैं हम ये क्वेश्चन हो जाए हमसे, एक बार नहीं 2 बार ट्राई, इतने में हमारा काफी टाइम निकल जाता है. So we should not to stick to one question. We should skip that question, because we are having 20 questions in each section. So we should try to other question, or we should try later on, you can say. So we should follow these instructions at the time of exam. So some are strategies how to attempt the question paper, how to use options during exam. Because in CBSE sample paper, we got to know that some of the questions we are doing without pen and paper. We are not these are not difficult questions if we solve using options. So here is the question number 39 from the sample paper. The points on the curve y equals to x cube minus 11. Let me take. Wait a minute. So question number 39, we are having we have to find out the points on the curve, given curve, at which the tangent is y equals to x minus 11. We have to find out points. So we should not solve the whole question. We should try these four options. So we will try to fill these options in this equation only. In the given equation y equals to x minus 11, if we fill the this option is not our answer. If this is not answer, then this is also not our answer. Minus 2 comma 19 is also coming in this option, so this is our not our answer. So option B will satisfy this equation y equals to x minus 11. Y equals to x minus 11. So y is minus 9, 2 minus 11. So minus 9 equals to minus 9. So this option is satisfying the given equation. So we get the answer from the options only. This is one of the example to do using options. Next question. This is also from CBSE sample paper. Let R be the relation in the given and natural number given by the R. A equals to B minus 2. B is greater than 6. B should be greater than 6. So we have to find out the points which are making a relation, but B should be greater than 6. So B 4, 8, 8, 7. We are having here 4 less than 6, but we have to find out the B greater than 6. So this can't be our answer. Another 3 options we can fill in this question, because by filling these options we can get the answer. So this question, like the 9th class question paper, in remainder theorem we also fill these options in the equation. So if we fill these options in the equation, we will get the answer which will satisfy the equation. So let me try 3 comma 8. A is 3.
C will be the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
So C option is correct.
This is not our answer. So we should try for C. 6 equals to 8 minus 2. 6 equals to 6. So this is satisfying the equation. 8 comma 7 will not satisfy this equation. So C is our answer. Some wonderful students can do without pen and paper if their calculations are fast. So we can do without pen paper some questions in CBSE sample paper or other questions also. Next question here is the value of k, where k is less than 0, for which the function f defined is, this is continuity based question from the differentiation chapter. We have to find the value of k, and the condition is given k is less than 0. K is less than 0. So k is less than 0 is condition given. So we can check from the options which is less than 0. Option A, option A is
we have both plus and minus.
option A is plus minus 1, because so this is not our answer, because this is having 1 which is greater than 0, but we have to find out less than 0. So A is not our answer. Minus 1 can be our answer. Let me other options also. C plus minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 can be answer, but plus 1 by 2 cannot be answer. So C is also not our answer. B 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is greater than 0, but we have to find out less than 0. So D is also not our answer. So B is the option which is our answer. So B हमारा आंसर है. We have to check only which values are less than 0, because the given condition is k is less than 0. So this is 1 we are having 1 greater than 0, 1 by 2 greater than 0, 1 by 2 greater than 0. D is the only option which is less than 0. So we do not need to solve the question. We can do by reading the question. Next question. Another question, the point at which the normal to the curve y equals to x plus 1 by x is greater than 0 is perpendicular to the line given. So here is the condition is x greater than 0. From getting the question from the options, x is greater than 0, x should be greater than 0. If we see the option B is plus minus 2, minus 2 is less than 0, so B cannot be our answer. C minus 1 by 2 is not our answer. A and D, these from these two options, A and D, we can get the answer from the options. From A and D, we are having 50-50 choice. A can be our answer, D can be our answer, but B and C, these cannot be our answer. So to check from the correct answer from A and D, we will fill these two options in the given equation so that we can get out the right answer. So which is right answer? Teachers, can please tell? Let me try. Y equals to 5 by 2 equals to 2 plus 1 by 2. So 5 by 2 equals to 4 plus 1 by 2. This is 5 by 2. So the option 1 is satisfying the given equation. So A is our answer. We can also try for the D option, but this will not satisfy the given equation. This is also the same type of question. Using options, we can do the question. Now, substitution method. How to solve the question using substitution method? In section B, we will be getting some question, lengthy question or calculation based question. How to attempt these question in easy way. So here is the question of CBSE sample paper. A is 1 sin alpha matrix chapter, and the conditions given for alpha is 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. So alpha can be 0 in between 0 to pi, 2 pi. So we can let any value to alpha, let the value of alpha is 0. Now fill in this. 1 sin alpha is sin 0 is 0, 1 minus sin 0 is 0, 1 sin 0 is 0 minus 1 sin 0 is 0, 1. So here is the matrix. Without alpha, we can solve this matrix 1 and plus 1, because this is the 0. We need not to solve this using this option 1. This is minus minus plus. So 1 into 1, 1 plus 1, this is 2. So answer of this A matrix, if we take alpha equals to 0, we are getting 2. Let which is the option? A, this is not our answer. 2, here is 2 is open interval. 2 is not included in this option. So this is not our answer. 2 is not included in this option also, because here is the open bracket. Now here, let's see 2 comma 4. 2 comma 4 is having closed bracket. 2 and 4 both are included in that option, in this option. So D is the right answer. we are having a lengthy question if we solve according to the subjective or according to the method. If you try some other method or some tracking strategy, we can solve without in 1 or 2 lines the given question. So D option is the right answer. Next question, substitution method again. This question, if you see, this question will be difficult for the students, but if you apply the substitution method, you can get the answer in 1 or you can say 4 seconds or 5 seconds, you will get the answer. You have to just let the value of P, Q, R. Let P equals to Q equals R equals to 1. I am letting the value of P, Q, R equals to 1. Now put in these options 1, 1, 1 and P square minus QR. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0. Now 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and these are last row is 0. So we all know that if the determinant is having any row 0 or column 0, the determinant will be 0. So A is the answer. So by substituting some values, we can get the answer easily. So this is one of the question by using substitution method. Now some short trick.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
in last question, it was not mentioned P is equal to Q is equal to R. But
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have taken same value.
Ma'am, here no condition is given. If you will be having any conditions, we can say other thing, but here nothing is given about the condition. So we can let the value P, Q, R equals to 1, or you can other values can also take.
Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Next, we can reduce the time using short trick also. So here are some short tricks. How to check one function. One method was to check one function from the relation function. This was like fx1 equals to fx2 and we have to prove x1 equals to x2 as per according the given in the NCERT. But if we use, some students find this difficult because students get confused in the mapping. If given real to real, natural to natural, students get confused. So here we are having another strategy. If the function is given, some given, let's say fx equals to x cube. So we will do first derivative of the question. There is 3x square. So we'll check in domain. Let we are having mapping real to real. So we'll check values of x from the domain, that f dash x is greater than 0. In whole domain, we are having f dash x is greater than 0. If we will found this type of condition, in whole domain, we are getting f dash x is greater than 0. So we can say this function is 1, 1. If again, if we are getting in whole domain less than 0, strictly 0 or less than 0, sorry, f dash x less than 0, then again we can say 1, 1 function. In one of the question we are getting greater than 0, then the whole question will be 1, 1 function. If another domain we are getting the first derivative less than 0, so we will say this is also 1, 1 function. Sometime we will getting condition f dash x, at some point we are getting f dash x greater than 0 and another point we are getting less than 0 in same domain. In same domain we are getting f dash x greater than 0, f dash x is less than 0. So in this case we can't say, we will say that this function is not 1, 1. We will say this function is not 1, 1. If in same domain we are getting first derivative greater than 0 but also less than 0, so we will say not 1, 1 function. If we are getting in domain first derivative greater than 0. In whole domain, we are getting greater than 0. This is 1 function. And in whole domain, we are getting first derivative less than 0. This is 1 function. So this is one of the short trick for 1 function. Short trick on matrices. Teachers have find out this type of equation in NCERT also. We can also get in the final exam of or term 1. So this is looking some type of lengthy question. A cube minus 6a square plus 5a plus 11i. This is something lengthy. We have to find a cube, multiply a matrix by 3 times. Here we have to multiply 2 times, and we have to find out calculations according to this. Now here's the trick. Characteristic equation of 3 into 3 matrix. We have to remember this formula. A cube minus t means trace, diagonal, sum of diagonal elements. Sum of diagonal elements. So here is 6a square. If we add these elements of a diagonal, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6. So here is t is 6. M is minors, sum of minors of a diagonal elements. Sum of minors of diagonal elements. So if we found the minor of M11, so we will be getting 3 to the 6 minus 3 is 3. Minor of M22. M22 will be 3 ones are 3 minus 2. This is 1. Minor for third element. Last one. And 3. So 2 ones are 2 minus 1. 1. So this is 5. If we will add these values, we are getting 5. So we will put this 5a minus determinant of the A matrix. A matrix की आप determinant find out करेंगे, तो यहाँ पर fill कर दो. This will be the answer, whatever it may be. So this will be equal to 0. The whole, if we will find out the values of t, m and a, we will fill in the given trick or formula, we will be getting answer 0. So this answer will be equal to 0 if we will find out the determinant of this matrix 11. So we have to remember this trick: a cube minus t a square plus ma minus determinant of a identity matrix equals to 0. We have to remember t is trace. You can say the sum of the elements of a diagonal elements. M means sum of minors of diagonal elements. This is for 3 into 3 matrix. We can also use for 2 into 2 matrix. This formula is for 2 into 2 matrix. 2 into 2 matrix. T is the sum of the elements of a diagonal. Sum of diagonal elements. And A is determinant. So we can fill in this in this equation. We will be getting a quadratic equation of 2 into 2 matrix. Next is a short trick on continuity. Many of the teachers would be known about the L'Hospital rule. L'Hospital rule भी कहते हैं हम इसको. So difference is in pronunciation. What is the L'Hospital rule? If we fill the limits, in numerator and denominator, and we are getting 0, 0, 0 upon 0, or we are getting infinity upon infinity, then we can apply this rule, L'Hospital rule. What is L'Hospital rule? We can take the derivative of numerator upon derivative of denominator, means differentiation of numerator upon differentiation of denominator. this will create the question easy to get the limit of the question. Here is the example. We can do on the basis of the recent rule. Limit x approaches to pi by 2. This is the question from continuity. K cos x minus pi minus 2x will be equals to f of pi by 2, or you can say 3. So we have to find out the limit of this question. If we will use the traditional method, we will be taking more time. But to reduce the time, what we will do, we will do the differentiation of numerator. K is constant, cos x differentiation is minus sin x, upon pi is constant, minus 2. X differentiation of x is 1, equals is 3. So limit, now fill limit in the given question. K minus sin pi by 2
Pi by 2 is what?
Getting the answer k equals to 6. So we can use the L'Hopital rule in the given to find out the limits of the question. I think it is clear. Next is short trick on differentiation. Short trick on differentiation. Many of the students find out it is difficult to solve the given question sin x raised to power x, or x raised to power cos x, or log x raised to power something variable function. So we can ease the question by using this formula, fx raised to power gx. We want to take the derivative of this. So fx raised to power gx, the given question we have to write as it is. Now fx gx upon fx, gx is x and fx is sin x. Differentiation of sin x is cos x, plus gx is x, so differentiation of gx is 1, log fx is sin x. So we can write simply answer like this: x cos x upon sin x plus log sin x. So in two steps we can get the answer of the whole question. If we will use a traditional method, we will be getting 1 and 1.5 page to solve this question. But by using this formula, or you can say trick, we can solve this question in 2 steps. And here is the answer for you. Next, some concepts, or you can say some formulas we have to remember in our mind when to find out the determinant of the triangular matrix. It is the simple product of the diagonal matrix. If we are having triangular matrix, so and we have to find out the determinant of the triangular matrix. So what we have to do, we have to multiply the diagonals of the given matrix. This is the answer of the determinant of the given matrix. If we are having diagonal matrix, like this is given a matrix A, this is our diagonal matrix, and we have to find out the determinant of this matrix. So what we will do, we will multiply only diagonal elements of this. So definitely this will reduce the time of the question. If we will find out the tradition according to the traditional method, we will be getting 2-3 minutes to solve this question. But using trick, we can solve in 2 seconds, or you can say 5 seconds. This trick is valid for diagonal matrix and for triangular matrix. Now, if we are having diagonal matrix and we have to find out the triangle inverse of the diagonal matrix, so simply we have to reciprocal the elements of the diagonal elements. We are having A, So we will write 1 upon A. Second is B, this will 1 by B, and C is 1 upon C. So these are the small things we have to remember, because we are the teacher and some of the students, they are getting coaching from the famous institutes, or from by paying the monies, lot of lakhs of rupees to the institutes, and they get reduced, and they try to dominate the teacher by telling us the answer directly. So we can also do these things. We can also learn some things to dominate the students. So here are the some tricks, and another is we have to keep these formulas also in our mind, because we are having 2-3 questions in the sample paper from the CBSE by using these tricks. So these are the some tricks on this page. You can also take many of the tricks from the other books also. I'm just reminding you, because we are all are the teachers, so we can see other books also. Now integration, this integration of the integration chapter is not our in term 1 syllabus, but we are having tremendous you can say very popular, or you can say very good trick for to find out the integration of the absolute function, because many of the students find out difficult to find out the integration of the question. But by using this trick, we do not need to find out the integral of the question. We have to just do the calculation. What? 8 minus 5. We have to write 8 minus 5 square, and we have to write 2 minus 5 square by 2. This is 3 square, and this is also 3 square upon 2. So we are having 9 plus 9 upon 2. This is 18 by 2. We are having 9 answer. We did not do any integration, but just we did some calculations, and these calculations are we are doing from the first class. So here is answer is 9, because we are having in term 1 we are having objective questions, so we should use these type of questions, these types of tricks. Another, to build up the concept in the students, we are having activity, word wall activity. Let me try to open. It is game based activity. Enjoy, students will surely enjoy. Teachers can create for the students. Like this, we are having y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1.
Slope of a line.
Very good, ma'am. So this is slope of a line, and ma'am got answer. And here are the marks for 100 and 18 for bonus. 118 marks ma'am got. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is again from
Slope
the
intercept form. Slope intercept form.
very good ma'am.
Form.
G. So again right answer. We are getting 218 marks. So 240 total marks we are having. So this we can create this activity by using word wall. We have to remember word wall.
2-point form.
2-point form. Equation of a line passing through two.
Yes, ma'am.
Equation of a line passing through 2 points.
Yes, ma'am. These are the activities we can create on wordwall.net. If you will try, then definitely you will get some ideas how to create. Wordwall.net, you can log in or sign up to the website, and you can create activities. Here are some other activities also. These are 10th class based some questions or formulas of the trigonometry we are having.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर, जरा लिंक दिखाइएगा प्लीज फिर से, स्लाइड
ma'am.
दिखाइएगा जिस पर लिंक है.
एक मिनट मैम. This thing, ma'am.
Sir, I need link.
Link. You have to wordwall.net, ma'am. You will see here. That was the link of my activity because I have created earlier. So I picked that link from there. But you have to create, if you want to create a new activity for your students, you have to go on wordwall.net and sign up there and create your own activities for your students. Website's name is worldwar.net. Is it okay, ma'am?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, ma'am. So here is the end for this session. I'm really thankful to all the participants and dignitaries for the participation and dignitaries to give me a chance to conduct this workshop wonderfully. Thank you so much. And I say to Ashima ma'am to continue for the further session.
नसीम सर, गुड मॉर्निंग. मेरा एक डाउट है.
Good morning.
जैसे हमारे पास सेक्शन ए है, child has to attempt 16 question out of 20. My
Yes,
doubt
ma'am.
is this कि best 16 अभी चूज करे जाएंगे जहाँ
Yes,
पे
ma'am.
क्या first 16. This is my
Yes,
doubt.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. जो best 15 होंगे, those question which the student wants to do out of 20. So he has to do these 16 questions out of 20. First 16 not matter.
Because some teachers are saying कि first 16s will be selected.
No, ma'am.
That will be checked.
फिर तो मैम कोई बेनिफिट ही नहीं है जो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है. सीबीएसई ने 20 क्वेश्चन दिए, उनके लिए कोई बेनिफिट नहीं रहेगा स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. So we have to attempt out of 20 16 questions. Any 16 questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really very wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone who have joined this session. We are delighted to gather virtually for enhancement of our teaching skills. Taking into consideration adverse effect of pandemic, we have introduced the hybrid model of teaching to make our teaching more effective in the present scenario. And we all, as the members of DAB family, are thankful to Ma'am Nisha Patient, Director Academics of DAB CAE, Dr. V. Singh, and Dr. Jeetu Shu, Director of DAB Public Schools, DAB CMC, Dr. B.C. Joseph, Regional Officer, Mrs. Jaskiran Herika, our Cluster Head of Chandigarh Zone, Ma'am Jaya Bhardwaj, Cluster Head of Panchkula Zone and Principal of Hansraj Public School, for giving us this opportunity to move to online learning and to create the new and more effective method for educating our students. I am grateful to our principal, Ma'am Jaya Bhardwaj, who has always been a great guide. Thank you, ma'am, for inspiring us to do our best and keep learning with every new venture. As we all are mathematics teachers, and we know the beauty of mathematics is that it is probably only subject where you can score 0 or 100. However, it is nightmare to most of the students, and the reason is them hard. While some find maths boring and others find it very difficult. Mathematics isn't a subject that tells a story which can be merged up. It requires logical reasoning and analytical skills, critical thinking, and this is one of the key reasons behind the students shying away from the subject or becoming phobic to it. The other fear blows out for proportion during the time of exams, and especially in the case of board exam for class 10 and 12 mathematics. Now with CBSE class 12 maths, exam almost knocking at the door, as you know that it's coming the next month, and students are burning the midlight and trying hard to grasp complex formulae. However, mathematics isn't as difficult as it seems, and students can easily be able to ace the CBSE Class 12th exam if they go through each chapter properly and practice all the formulae and do practice all sample papers according to the time limit, which is 90 minutes. As Sir has told some short tricks, then if we all will apply this in our classes, the students can easily manage to complete the paper within the time limit. Now, let us start this session with a short video.
Ma'am, video is not visible.
It's not visible? Should I play it again, or it's just
Yes,
a minute?
ma'am, not visible.
Okay, I will just play it again. Can you see, ma'am? Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am, now it
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, everyone, as know, it was very difficult time for all of us the last 1.5 years, but now we have gone through all those times. Now we are just moving with the hybrid teaching in our schools, in our classes. We are doing both online and offline teaching. And it's always easier to teach students offline, and they can easily grasp the concept easily at that time. But we are doing both ways now in our classes. Now, the main thing now, what is the agenda of our session this time? As Sir has already done the paper pattern, now I'm doing with the focusing on competency-based questions. The first one, designing of case study-based questions, and thumb rules to attempt assertion and reason questions. As Sir has told that this assertion reason questions are not there this time, but it can be there in the next term. We will be here to discuss some of those type of questions also. Now let's explore competency-based education, CBE. What does it mean? That instead of focusing on grades and yearly curriculum schedules, the main focus is placed on how competent each student is in the subject. This method is tailored to meet different learning abilities and can be lead to more efficient students' outcomes. The National Education Policy 2020 has affirmed the need to move from the creative and the critical thinking capacity to meet the challenges of 21st century proactively. It emphasizes that learner must be equipped with the ability to solve problems, and assessment must shift from testing primarily rote learning and memorization skill to one that is more formative and is more competency based, promotes learning and development for our students, and test high order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. Now, what are case studies? Why we are discussing why CBSE has introduced this case study in all the classes. Actually, these case studies, as we are doing in our daily life situations, these are unstructured, and the problems that arise have many alternative solutions. Students need to learn to represent and then analyze such situations using mathematics, interpret them and evaluate the result, and communicate and reflect on their findings. The aim of well-written case study in mathematics is to guide the students with important information on various problematic situations. A case study should articulate research goals very carefully and then go on to give good methods and to proper conclusion. Writing the maths case study, it could be difficult for a student, but it will fetch them good grades. Now, why should we use case study in mathematics in our classrooms? However, you ever wondered why most students are frustrated by maths problems? You can do your best to explain how they should implement the formula to get to needed solution. But whenever you realize that they are not really interested in listening to your attempts to explain how good maths is. As some of the students, they feel maths is very interesting, but some of them find very boring. But you may be the maths problem master, but there is particular real life problem hidden here. Your students are not interested in becoming better at maths because they think they don't need it. Students are easily bored of theory and formulae. And you know that in class 11th, 12th, there are so many formulae which will be very difficult for them to all memorize all those formulae. But as sir has given so many, he has given the short tricks also, and the game also, that for straight line he has told that students can easily understand the concept and they can memorize the formula. Now they realize that different areas of study depend upon the maths you teach. They understand the statistics, psychology, physics, computer and astronomy wouldn't be possible without maths. The problem is they don't see how these specific formulae that you are introducing in today's lecture make our world a better place to live in. Now, pedagogy is a true art. You have to experiment with different approaches and strategies until you discover the perfect method of teaching maths to the particular group of students with which you are dealing. Now, so here are some methods. One is case study. And why we are using this case study in classroom? When you all are looking for contextual examples that show how maths principles find their implementation in real life, try presenting case studies in classroom. If you aren't still convinced on this method, consider some of the points. That case study promote critical thinking, problem solving skill within the classroom. And secondly, reviewing the case study, it is the student-centered activity. It's easier to relate the real life situations presented as examples of why this information is pertinent to the future success. Regardless of the professions they'll intend to pursue, they will certainly need some math skills for profession's progress, and case studies can help them that they make the effective. Now, these case studies are great for stimulating discussions. When your students understand that math is an important aspect of the development and marketing process of famous company, they will have a passion. For example, when they drink a soda during a break between the classes, they might wonder which formula used to produce the perfectly shaped container that fits in the hand and contain the exact amount of liquid which we usually use in physics concept. And in mathematics also, when we are using case study, it will make the student to think about it. Like in trigonometry, as we are using in application of trigonometry, that we are using in class 10th also, to find out the height, and by using application of height of some particular thing, these case studies are very useful to show all these things. Now, how to use case study in the classroom? How can you find a specific case study that will increase the students' critical thinking and problem solving skills? There are 4 steps. First of all, you can analyze the interest of your students. Do they like smartphones apps? Yes, everybody knows that everybody is indulged in smartphones these days. Maybe you could use a case study that explains how important maths formula are in development of these games. Because these games all are based on mathematics. And once you realize that type of case study you need, it's a time to do a little research, then find the perfect case study and time for action also. Group your students in teams, doing your best to make them as equal in math skills as possible. Expose the problem of the case study and ask them what they think, giving them time to gather their thoughts. Then they could also, if we can assign them a group project from the home. So the teams have the time to brainstorm, and then they can share their solution during the class. Now, after that, we can analyze the team answers and then present the result of the actual case study and spark a discussion that enables our students to ask questions and express their opinions. Now, as everybody knows that case study bring maths to reality. Now, once you have introduced these case studies to your students and use them in the several lessons, you can take things even further. Now, assign a case study at the end of each unit to the students, and they can analyze the formulae and think how they can implement them in the real life situation. And we can discuss all these case studies after every chapter based on every topic, like we have in relation functions also, and whether it's inverse trigonometry, on all topics we have some case studies. And then these case studies are the perfect addition to a cool teacher's maths curriculum. And they take mathematical concept beyond formulae and pages of text and geometrical images. Now, we can discuss some of the case studies, as we have already some of the topics in our term 1. So we'll discuss, we have some open discussion on some of the questions. First of all, I'm taking one example from linear programming. First of all, this example. As in this example, some points are given. Corner points of the feasible region for LPT are given. And the minimum value, first of all, in class earlier, in class 12, it was there to draw the graph of this, to draw all the straight line. Now it is easier for the students to tell by using this graph. They can easily tell these questions. It's not difficult this time, because earlier in second exercise of linear programming, they have to make the inequalities, and it was little difficult task for them to make the inequalities. But now they can easily manage and they can easily tell the answer. Now we can have simple discussion on these type of questions. Some of the questions we'll discuss. Now, first of all, let's just discuss on this case study that the minimum value of Z occurs at which point? Yes, anyone who can tell me?
Ma'am, 0.8.
Yes, ma'am, 0.8, because if you will put this value in this Z, 4x minus 6y, so what is the minimum value we are getting in this case? That is minus 48. And maximum value, it will occur at which point? There are some points given.
50.
Yes, ma'am, very good. 50, so maximum value is 20. Now after that, if they have maximum and minimum both the values, so we can easily find out the maximum minus minimum. Then what should be the value? That is 20 minus and minus 48, that is 20 plus 48, which is 68. And in the next part, we can easily see the corner points. It's very easy for the students to understand these points. They can easily see that 0, 0, and this point, this another point is given. This is 3, 0, it is given. 3, 0, C option. In this C option is correct. 3, 0. This point is 3, 2. And this point is 2, 3, and another one is 0, 3. Because there is no negative, so this part is wrong. A option is also false, and B option is also false. Because we don't have any in this negative, it is only in the first quadrant. Now the next example, we move to, this is also based on linear programming. Earlier, as it was difficult to find this was a difficult question to form the inequality. In this question, it is given that Deepa rides her car at 25 km per hour, and she has to spend ₹2 per kilometer on the diesel. And if she rides at a faster speed of 40 km, and the diesel cost increases ₹5 per kilometer, and she has ₹100 to spend on the diesel. Now let she travels X kilometer with the speed 25 km per hour and Y kilometer with the speed of 40 km per hour. The feasible region for this, because already here two inequalities are given. So earlier it was difficult to find out the inequality. Now it's very easy already because inequalities are given, so they can easily find out the values in this case. I think there should not be any problem for the students in these type of questions. Now first part. Yes, any one of you, can you tell me what is the answer? What is the point of intersection of line L1 and L2? Yes, anyone? If you will solve these two, so what should be the correct answer in this case? Okay, I will tell you because it will take time to solve. The second part, that B option will be correct, like 50/3 and 40/3. This is the correct option. And the second part, the corner point, this you can easily tell of the feasible region in this above graph. What are the corner points in this case? Second option. Yes, anyone? Yes, ma'am, anyone who can tell?
Yes, ma'am. Option B.
Option, ma'am, D option is correct, because if you want to find out all these corner points, one is
Ma'am, D. Ma'am,
Yeah.
option is D. Correct option is
Yes.
D.
Yeah, true, ma'am. It's right. Thank you so much, ma'am. And the third part, if Z is equal to X plus 5 be the objective of the function and maximum given as 30, then what is the value occurs at this point? Then you can put this value of,
Ma'am, A.
yes, A.
91
Option.
means will be
30.
30.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And now fourth option, that here it is not related, like another Z is given, that profit function. It can be asked, and you know what is this? This is profit function, or what are X and Y? These are decision variables. And this Z is given as 6X minus 9Y, then objective value of this maximum, if we have this, what should be the value? At all these points, maximum value at which point? That you have to check on all these points. You can put these values and maximum value at which point. If you will put this 25, 0, the maximum value will be 150.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the next one. Now we'll move to the next one. This is based on case study of application of derivatives. Because mainly questions students have doubt in these type of maxima minima questions, and almost these questions now in form of case studies, because as increasing decreasing and the first topic is not there, like rate of increasing rate or rate of change of derivative, that is not there. Increasing decreasing is there, and tangent normal is there in the syllabus this time, but and approximation is also deleted. These three exercises are deleted from chapter 6, and mainly now are left with second exercise, third, that is increasing decreasing, tangent normal, and the maximum minimum. And the last exercise, most of the question now will come in the form of case studies. But for that student, they have to solve the whole question, and then only then they can answer all these questions. Now, we'll discuss some of these questions. First question of this application of derivatives. Real estate company is going to build a new residential complex, and the land they have purchased can hold at most 4,500 apartments. Also, if they make X apartment, then monthly maintenance cost for the whole complex would be as follows. Now, fixed cost is given as 50 lakhs, and variable cost is 160x minus 0.04 x square. Now, what will be the maintenance cost of the function? What should be the total maintenance cost? Yes, anyone?
Ma'am, part C, 50,000 plus 160x minus 0.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for participating. Any other can also answer, please. Thank you so much. And second part, if Cx denote the maintenance cost function, the maximum value of Cx occurs at which point? How to find out? As you know that we can tell the students that we can find out as we all have done all these types. We are just doing some discussions here. So everybody knows this, how to solve these type of questions. Only just we are doing some of the type of questions. How we can discuss with the students. Now in this case, we can find out the first derivative.
2,000.
Yes, very good, ma'am. Thank you so much. That if we'll find out the first derivative of this 50 lakhs plus 160x minus 0.04x square, we will get 160 minus 0.08x. And then if you will put that equal to 0, you will get value of x as 2,000. Now for this, if you want to find out maximum value of Cx, what you have to do in this case, you will put this value of 2,000 in the given question, 2,000. And what should be the maximum value? That B option will be the correct answer. If you will put this value, so you will get this as 516. And what is the number of apartments that the complex should have in order to minimize the apartment maintenance cost? Yes, anyone? Yes. Yes, anyone who can answer about this? What is the number of apartments? How many apartments were there?
4,500.
4,500. And after that, we have to minimum maintenance cost to maintain the maintenance cost for each apartment would be. What should be the minimum cost in this case? How to find out minimum cost? Yes, anyone?
Total cost divided by 4,500.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And we'll get the answer as A option, 1091.11. Now, one more question we are discussing based on this application of entropy. Like we have this case, if we can show these students these type of pictures or on smart boards, so they can have interest in these type of questions, and then they can easily solve these questions. Like Western music concert is organized every year in the stadium that can hold 36,000 spectators, and with the ticket price of ₹10, the average attendance has been 24,000. Some financial experts estimated that price of tickets should be determined by the function Px, that is 15 minus x upon 3000, where x is the number of tickets sold. And based on above information, we have to answer the first one. What is the revenue as a function in which x can be expressed as? What is the total revenue function? What is total revenue function?
It will be 15x minus x square upon 2000. Part A.
Which option, ma'am?
A, ma'am.
Part A is correct option because we have total x number, and if you will multiply with this cost, px. So what is the total revenue cost price? That is number into this cost. We get this as 15x minus x square upon 3000. And what is the range? What is the range? How can you find out the range of x in this case? Anyone who can tell me what is the range of this x? As sir has already told, we can just apply that trick here, because here maximum spectators are 36,000. If the tickets cannot be sold more than 36,000, so what should be the answer in this case?
C.
Yes, C. It's 0 to 36,000. Thank you so much. Very good, ma'am. And the next part, the value of x for which the revenue is maximum.
And we will put 36,000 here.
Yes. First of all, what you have to do? In this case, value of x we have to find out. We have to find out the first derivative, put that equal to 0. And put that value of x in the given question. Then in revenue, like
Ma'am,
this
C.
one.
22500. C option.
Yes, good, ma'am. Very good, ma'am. Now, the fourth part, when the revenue is maximum, the price of ticket is, what should be the price when it is maximum? The same thing we can do. We can put the value of x and we can find out the price. And the answer should be 7.5 in this case.
Yes,
if you will
ma'am.
solve it. Yes. And how many spectators should be present to maximize the revenue? What should be the answer? D. Because what is the number of tickets sold that we have already found? 22500. So it means the number of spectators will be 2250. Now, just move to the next one. One more case study we'll discuss. Then after that, we can just discuss about some assertion-based questions. We can see this. As Shobit's father wants to construct a rectangular garden using a brick wall on one side of garden and wire fencing for the other 3 sides as shown, and he has 200 feet of wire fencing. Based on this, we can find out to construct a garden using 200 feet of fencing, and we need to maximize the, what do we want to find out? Maximize perimeter or area? What do you want to find out?
Perimeter. Perimeter, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You maximize area. It should be, area should be maximized.
Sorry, ma'am.
Maximize, we need to maximize area, then we have to fence accordingly. Okay. Now, we'll move, these are some more examples. Like we have done in NCERT also, we have similar type of question that if we cut each, from each corner, x square, from each corner, then what is the volume of the box? But in these cases, they have to solve completely, only then they can answer. Now some more examples. This is from derivatives also. In this case, like right hand derivative, left hand derivative, this is also like case study based question. We can see here it is modulus of x minus 2 for x greater than equal to 1. In this case, we can split this in the form of x minus 3. We can split it in the form of function. As it is given here, mod of x minus 3. So we can split x minus 3 when x is greater than equal to 3 and 3 minus x when x is less than 3 and greater than equal to 1. But as in the case of first part, right hand derivative of f of x at x is equal to 1, we have to, I think, simplify it completely. And by taking as 1 plus h, 1 minus h for both these two parts, we have to solve it. Only then we can tell the answer. But in the third part, this you can easily tell it is not differentiable at which point. Anyone who can tell me that it is not differentiable at which point?
Ma'am, at 1.
No, it is because here mod of x minus 3 is for x greater than equal to 1. It is not differentiable at x is equal to 3. Because mod of, if you will put that equal to 0, so it is not
right,
differentiable. Yeah.
For less than 3, it will be minus of x minus 3.
Yes, yes. Because
And for
when x is equal to 3, it will be 1 and minus 1. We will have left hand derivative and right hand derivative, two different values. But if we are taking 1 to 1 plus and 1 negative, both we are getting same answer, but not at 3. And similarly, we can find out the value of f dash 2. What should be f dash 2 in this case? What is 2 here? It is the value in the case when we are taking more than 1. More than. Then what should be the answer in this case? We can do directly also. What should be the answer in this case? Find the value of f dash 2, because if we have splitted this in the 2 form, x minus 3 for x greater than equal to 3 and 3 minus x for x less than 3 greater than 1. If it is less than 3, so we can use 3 minus x. And what is the derivative of 3 minus x? That is minus 1. What is f dash 2 in that case? We can write D option. Is it okay, ma'am? Now, in this question also, we have similar type of question as sir has already discussed. Like we can use in this by L'Hopital's rule by deriving the using derivation in numerator and denominator.